This is the CIS Controls presentation on network infrastructure management from the National Cybersecurity Center. Quick explainer on the controls and implementation groups. For each control, there are a select number of safeguards. Here you have 8 safeguards, one of them in IG1, then 6 in IG2, and another 1 in IG3. So you can see as these buckets fill up. Implementation group 1 are the safeguards you should tackle first, then 2, then 3 in terms of their overall effectiveness and, in a way, basic to advanced. All of these safeguards are also mapped to the NIST cybersecurity framework: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. The definition here: establish, implement, and actively manage network devices in order to prevent attackers from exploiting vulnerable network services and access points. So having your entire network mapped is like knowing the doors and windows and all entry points to your house. If there was a door that you didn't know about, then you're going to get really confused when a robber comes into your house, even though you make sure that you lock all known doors. So that's essentially what you're talking about here, is making sure you know what's on your network so that you can manage that vulnerability. Why is this control critical? For one, default configurations on network devices are geared for ease of deployment and ease of use, not security. So that plays into after you've installed a network device, adding that layer of hardening, that added layer of security. Most devices come with default passwords. Not changing that is a very bad idea. So that would be one example here. Network security is constantly changing, and so you want to know as your organization expands, as you add employees, as you add devices, staying on top of that so you can manage everything effectively. IG1 here: ensure your network infrastructure is up to date, making sure that you're running the latest stable release of software, or currently using supported network as a service offerings. So reviewing that frequently as well, on a monthly or more frequent basis. IG2: maintain a secure network architecture, manage the architecture, maintain diagrams, make sure that AAA, authentication, authorization, and auditing are all centralized. Use different protocols, and then use a VPN when you're connecting remotely to that AAA architecture. Lastly, implementation group 3: maintain and dedicated computing resources for all administrative work. So essentially, if you lose the keys, the master key that does all the administrative work, and a hacker or an attacker gains access to that, they're going to have a field day within your enterprise. So having dedicated resources and managing those resources that do the administrative work is key, so you can protect essentially your master keys. Key concepts: maintain up-to-date architecture and diagrams. This also plays into account management for access control, logging, and monitoring. Being able to manage all of that as another one of our controls: account management and access control. And then administration of your network should only be performed over secure protocols with strong authentication. One example would be multi-factor authentication. So needing double layer there of authentication to access the administrative functions.